President Biden is set to speak shortly, and he's expected to ask Congress to provide $33 billion in military, economic, and humanitarian aid to Ukraine. That, of course, on top of the measures the U.S. has already announced. And he's also going to ask for the power to seize and sell assets of of wealthy Russians, in addition to the sanctions we have already seen on those individuals. Now, this further ratcheting up of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, but also between the U.S. and Russia, and the economic war against Russia from the U.S., it's getting hot. That's according to our Rick Newman in his latest column. Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman is with us now. So, Rick, we are expecting to hear this from President Biden. How does this set up as this sort of economic hot war scenario that you're talking about?
I think the main thing here is that the economic war is escalating. So this news today that Biden wants Congress to approve another $33 billion in aid for Ukraine, that would be military, humanitarian, and other things. That's 8 to 10 times what the U.S. has spent so far. So that would be a big increase in U.S. aid for Ukraine. And we're talking about more lethal heavy weapons that will be used against Russian forces and things like that. At the same time, we are now seeing energy being weaponized by both sides, which is one of the more worrisome scenarios that analysts foresaw when they were trying to figure out how this might go back when Russia first invaded on February 24. So Russia has now cut off gas shipments to Poland and Bulgaria. Another important piece of news today is that Germany may now support a European embargo on Russian oil. So this is far from over, and it does seem like it's going to get more worrisome before anything settles down.
Rick, you know what is also worrisome is that despite the risks you highlight in your story, the markets, for the most part, continue to trade if those are not risks.
Right. I mean, we certainly saw wobbles in the market after the February 24th invasion here in the U.S. Oil prices, I think they peaked around 125. They're now back down around the $100 range. And traders are now once again focused on the Federal Reserve, monetary tightening, and inflation. But we could still see some shocks here. I mean, one research group predicted that if there is an effective and sweeping ban on Russian oil, an embargo on Russian oil, then Brent crude prices could hit $200 a barrel. We've never seen oil prices that high. They got close if you adjust for inflation back in 2008, but only stayed there for a short while. So I'm not predicting doom. I'm just saying the risks here are increasing rather than decreasing.
Yeah, I mean, and we were already seeing this, a little bit of that because of that natural gas situation, right, with Russia cutting off shipments to Poland and Bulgaria. I mean, this situation might end up being, as you point out, more of an issue for the U.S., but it's most certainly a big issue for Europe already.
Absolutely. And this is just forcing Europe to do something about its heavy reliance on Russian energy. But you just cannot do this quickly. I mean, to get off of Russian energy, which comes gas, for instance, which comes through pipelines, if you're going to use imported gas from other places, you need to build these big import facilities for liquefied natural gas. You can get it on the market. It's there, but you have to have technical facilities that can receive it. It looks like Germany may also cancel the mothballing of some nuclear plants and probably start burning more coal. So this is going to have long-lasting effects on energy consumption in Europe and in many other parts of the world.
Rick, I guess this next one shouldn't come as any surprise. Looks like Boeing was really hosed on the new Air Force One by former President Trump.
Yeah, this came in a security filing. They say they've lost $1.1 billion so far, and will probably lose more money on the contract to provide new versions of Air Force One. This is a deal people might remember when Trump first came into office. He said Boeing was ripping off the U.S. government and American taxpayers, and he was going to get a better deal. He did get a better deal, and I guess if the contractor is losing money supplying these planes, I guess that is a better deal for U.S. taxpayers. But obviously the ideal circumstances where the contractor gets to make a reasonable profit and doesn't have to put its business in jeopardy. But at any rate, Trump, I guess he did that's one business deal he really did negotiate pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, he's negotiated a number of business deals well for himself in the past, even if he had to go to court many times to get what he wanted. Right. But we'll leave that for another day, won't we, Rick?
He'll be back in court for sure. See you guys.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Rick Newman. Appreciate it.